So no. Just be natural. So tell me the end of that story again because I missed it. So tell me
what story?
About the lip ring. So how did people treat you when you had a lip?
When I had my eyebrow pierced?
Yeah, your eyebrow lip ring.
I guess they treat like people treated me basically the same. But in general, when people like would first meet me, they would like tend to see it. Like it was the first thing that people noticed, and the first thing that we would start a conversation about, and what's the significance of that, and whatever. So it was like kind of an experience, I guess. But I don't miss it.
Yes, but so then like you got rid of it. Well, so tell the end of the story. Why'd you get rid of it?
I got rid of it on Yom Kippur, and the reason for that was that like I broke up with my boyfriend on Yom Kippur, or he broke up with me, and like the eyebrow ring I got it like within the same week as I started dating him, and so it reminded me of him for that reason, and so I took it out when we broke up.
Oy vey. Doing their thing, and we should like have like the room that's for sure gonna be legit.
Be quiet and shit. That's what I think.
You see, thank you.
Outside is fun.
Yeah, we could do it like maybe like outside. Really? Oh, yeah, a lot of them are like in Miami and stuff.
Cubans are in Miami.
And in Puerto Rican, they don't talk about the Puerto Ricans. Fuck, I broke this thing off this guy's tripod. Okay, so yeah, I think this will be good. You can sit there, and I'll sit here, and that could be like the first part of it. Okay.
John Smith and Pocahontas didn't like have a thing in real life.
Alright then, fuck that. Whoever she did have a thing with him, I'm just heading to him.
Sean Rolfe.
Yeah, me and Rolf. No, but
I want to pretend like I have cue cards. Fuck Udolph.
Fuck Udolph? Who's that?
Who's Udolph?
I'm just kidding. It's like,
Jesus.
I was figuring like surprised that they said that. Okay. That's pretty hardcore. Okay, so let's see. Alright. Hello, this is Cody doing an interview for Connected Dots. I'm here with the girl in the hat, Jamie. What's your last name?
Lambert. Jamie Lambert.
Yeah, write that down. Today we're going to talk about, since the issue is mobilized, we're going to be talking about how she mobilizes. But I'm not one for words, so maybe Jamie could give us a start.
So pretty much what I was working on, my project was that I set up a table outside the rally, and I was asking people to give like their statements with a Sharpie and these like little index cards. And when we first started, it was like super ghetto. We just like cut up like pieces of flyer, all different like widths, and we had like tape, and people were all excited about it. So we invested in like a 200 pack of index cards. And from there we got like 300 responses. We ran out of like 4 different Sharpies, like ran them out of there.
From the start, like they were fresh, and then now they're
I mean they were mine from a while, but
so for all we know they're almost cashed.
Yeah, that's true. They probably were.
But the important thing is you used, the key thing is you said how many cards you had and how many you ran out of. Like what period of time was that from, would you say?
We started the day off, me and my friend Cameron, we started the day off picketing and just filming around campus how empty it was and shit because the walkouts, and then at like 10 a.m. we set up the table, and there was like no one on campus, so it was hard to get people to look at it. But then by like 12 the rally was like getting warmed up, and people were all over the place, like really excited to give their statements. And then I think that we probably blew out of there to eat lunch at like 2. So really between 12 and 2 we got 300, I would say.
Wow. So how many people were coming like all at once? Was it like constant people trying to?
I mean, if you were at the rally, you know, and there's footage of the rally that I think is going to eventually wind up on this guy's website, Connect the Dots website.
Show the clip. Okay, keep going.
So if you were there, you know that like you couldn't physically move on Sprout Plaza. Like my table was like a beacon, you know, like one of the only spaces where people's bodies could not encompass. So people who got shoved and forced to like fit around it on all sides, and people were just like taking cars and writing shit down.
Wow.
As they tried to get to the other side of Sprout.
Wow. So how long ahead of time did you come up with this idea, and what made you implement it?
Well, this idea I literally came up with only like at 10 a.m. the morning of. Like originally we didn't really know what to do. Like, my friend Cameron had his camcorder.
Wait, let's wait till this beeping stops.
Alright.
You mind if I take a sip of your water?
Please
I got some pills I gotta take.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we might end it.
Oh.
Right now, how am I gonna get high? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what that beeping is. Everything's always screwing us up.
It's not too bad with the beeping.
It's kind of relaxing, right?
I don't know. It just sounds like somebody's backing up and they'll be done soon.
Yeah. I guess those pills are in my other jacket. We'll film that shot later.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad, but it'll be pretty. Here, we'll just move closer. So yeah, you could tell us about what you were saying about like how you came up with it.
Okay, so we essentially came up with it 2 days before the rally and the walkout. We were like, we want to do something about this and like really get involved, I guess. So my friend Cameron has a video camera, and we decided that we were gonna just videotape hella footage. Excuse my hella, I guess.
Okay.
NorCal representing here. But we were gonna videotape lots of footage and just make something out of it, you know, try and canonize the event and make sure that a certain point of view came across, put music to it. And then we were videotaping people giving us interviews when I came up with like this vision where like their main statement, like what they really had to say about the whole thing, just kind of came up in words across like the shot as they're talking to us. So I was like, oh, let's get people's statements. And it was way easier. Once we had a table set up, people would approach us because there are people who want to get involved and there are people who didn't want to say shit. And like having a table and letting people come to us totally like weeded those people out for us. So I guess we came up with the idea really impromptu, but we just knew that we wanted to get involved and help out as much as we could.
Wow. That's very interesting what you had to say.
Thank you.
Not in a sarcastic way, like genuine. But yeah, so from here, like, was that the first of these type of things that you have done?
I mean, I guess kind of. I started a letter writing campaign for this issue also. It's just this is one of the first issues I've ever been really interested in and or passionate about. So I guess this is the first time I've done something exactly like this, or something as much as this. Like, everyone writes something when they feel passionately about something. So I've written and had my shit published before, but nothing that really incorporated this many people and this many ideas. This is something I'm really proud of.
Wow, you should be. And since this is on the whim of the fly, do you think you're gonna spend a little time and come up with a more elaborate or more thought out version of this or something else like it?
I hope so. It was my ambitions for this project were like huge when I first started. Like, I was thinking way over the top. I wanted to have a bunch of like those huge vinyl signs like that clubs have, like banners. I wanted to have a bunch of those made up with like portions of the different cards that we collected and create like a collage. I had designed a couple of them, but then like it came down to the obstacles and I just suddenly like lost all hope, I guess. I guess in a realistic way, because what happened was shit like that costs lots of money, and I don't have lots of money, and there's not exactly like a big, I guess, funding source for people who want to bitch at the university. You know, they don't really hand out money for shit like that. So I guess that's where I got held up. And now, in a realistic way, what I want to do is get more people's statements, get more of the index cards, and use the footage that Cameron has and just put it together in some kind of documentary just to kind of creatively express what UC Berkeley is hurting for right now.
And what exactly, so on more, since you decided to do this, you have some passion about the cause, so what is your stance on it, and what do you think should be done? That was random. Is that okay?
It looks good on you, yeah,
you
for sure.
mind?
Do you have lice?
Not yet.
Okay. Good answer. Okay, no, that's cool. What's my stance on the cause?
Well, yeah, so like, since you were doing this, like, were you expecting or hoping for a certain response, and if so, like, what is it based on your view that led you to?
So I guess it all started when I was 11 years old.
Cool. This started good. I like it.
Thanks. When I was 11, I decided I wanted to come to UC Berkeley because I heard about like free speech movement from the 60s and how Berkeley was kind of like the central hub of like that era of like enlightenment. What is in my mind enlightenment, and there's tons of people who disagree with that, which is cool, but I just knew that that's where I belonged, in UC Berkeley, and I liked it because it was a public institution, you know. Coming out of high school, if you can get into UC Berkeley, you can generally get into other such prestigious Ivy League private colleges, and I didn't want to go to any of those. I didn't even apply to any of those because that's just not where I fit. I don't want to be with a bunch of elitist pigs. And the fact, excuse me, I'm sorry, those institutions are really great, and I love elitist pigs, JK. But don't want to offend anyone. But like, I guess that it really came down to the fact that
sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is important, but I should stay more focused.
No, it's cool.
I mean, I'm focused, but I should stay more like less.
It's legit.
I'm just excited to be here right now. This is a very she's saying real talk right now, and I could really drive to it.
Oh, thanks.
And also, like, you should be proud that you even got this interview. You should be excited because it was hard to get this girl. She like is barely sleeping, and she has all of these obligations and doing all these other good things that I'm honored to even get a chance to speak with her, like, since she's so busy.
Well, thanks. I feel proud that I get to speak to you.
Wow. Well, we should do it again.
Okay. I can't remember what I was talking about.
I don't know. I got excited. Oh yeah, you were talking about how elitist pigs, and then you.
Oh yeah. Okay. So.
And why you came to Berkeley when you were 11, or wanted to, and then you. I'm not sure if you fast forwarded when you were 18 in order, like because like you wanted to go, then you're gonna go back to when you're like 11 or 12 and then work your way up, or if it just flash forwarded.
I just flash forwarded. I got kind of whatever. Right. So when I was 11, I decided I wanted to go to UC Berkeley. When I was 15, my parents helped me out with that. I grew up on the East Coast, and they said, since I was really interested in going, that they would move us across the country.
What?
Yeah.
Your whole family?
Yeah, my whole family moved when I was 15, so that I could establish California
and then so you get
residency.
California residency. That's really, wow.
Yeah, because we knew for a long time that I was going to be paying for my own college. And
wow, but that's still really cool.
Thanks.
Wow.
It was like one of the better experiences of my life.
Wow. I want to find out about all these experiences, but first we'll start with the good ones. And wow, that's really interesting. Wow, so like they moved. That's really cool.
Yeah, we moved like summer before junior high. I mean, not junior high, junior year of high school. And when I got here, basically continued to do everything I could to be accepted to UC Berkeley. Then I got accepted when I was 18, and I knew that that's where I was going to go, you know? That was like my dream, and I got to live my dream, which I'm really glad. And I know that it's a lot of other people's dreams, you know, it's not a unique story that people decide early on that they want to go to UC Berkeley. Plenty of people share my sentiments about it and how it's always been like super enlightened. Should we wait for the campanile?
I don't know, this is just so good, like I don't want to stop. But here, I guess I might as well find something more stable that I can stick with. Wow, did you want to go somewhere else or you like it here still?
I don't care.
It's pretty cool. This would be a cool place.
It's not like a unique story, like everybody decides, or not everybody, but there's plenty of people who decide they want to go to UC Berkeley and they like it for these specific reasons and they have to pay for their own tuition and all these circumstances. And the fact is that I'm blessed that I got here when I did, because now all that may or may not be coming to an end. And I don't think that that's very fair.
I mean, it's been going so well for over 40 years. I mean, for over 100 years that it seems like where we're going now that very quickly it could collapse on itself and turn to something that's a name that's either not good for us or like the prestige will turn to something that it shouldn't. Exactly.
I mean, I just don't want it to be a university that is reserved for the wealthy, the upper classes, and the middle classes, because there are plenty of brilliant and qualified students who come from low-income backgrounds who deserve to be here.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be UC Berkeley's loss, and I mean that in the sense of UC Berkeley, like the institution, the students, the faculty. Everyone benefits from the fact that the best of the best come to school here, regardless of their, you know, income. And if suddenly we raise the prices, privatize the fuck out of this place, it's completely going to disintegrate people's access to education, which can also be detrimental to society in California.
Well, that's what I figure, because just like how the AB 540 students, which are undocumented, children of undocumented people who are students, and how they can't get financial aid or like public scholarships and stuff, it's like, well, like if they just made it easier for them, then like that'll be helping us and everything, and like it's not their fault, about their parents, and if you're gonna let them in here, might give them all the same rights.
Exactly.
And then they'll help you later on, like by helping back their community because they saw what it was like for them growing up.
Exactly.
I think it's very similar.
Yeah, I mean, and there's people who disagree based on like, oh, it's hard for us right now. Like, and that's what the university wanted us to believe for a long time, that, oh, the budget crisis is prompting all these budget cuts and these tuition raises, when anyone could tell you that it's been in the works for a while. This was essentially the plan, to privatize the UC system and to make it, to accept higher and higher percentages of out-of-state students, which, don't get me wrong, like, my best friend is an out-of-state student. Hi, Sarah.
Second best friend. Sarah.
My new best friend.
Wow.
So it's just not fair. It's not maintaining the integrity of this place. And I feel really strongly about that. And I feel really strongly about public education and access to that education.
Yeah, it seems like what you're doing is a very creative way to say something very big and show how many people have strong feelings about it. Because this is just one person who came up with it like a day before, right?
Yeah,
so imagine all the other people who either like didn't have the drive to go for something, or that just have something to say. So just because not everybody has a mouth doesn't mean that they don't have a brain. I was thinking of two body parts that went well together. That's what I thought. But you know what I mean? Like, just because they don't, just because like they're small and the school's big doesn't mean that they shouldn't have the same things.
For sure.
It's got a pocket.
Yeah, my hat has pockets.
Oh, that's cool.
I love this hat.
So maybe should we go on to the next portion and like show us some of these amazing cards?
Yeah, for real.
Let's go. That's my transition.